Alright, we should be back live. Um, Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you have been watching. This is just Going Tokyo coming at you with some very short Binding of Isaac, because we just did 2 hours of Umihara Kawase, and I was tired of it. Chrono says apparently there are 12 entries for the column I'm entering, so I'm kind of feeling the heat. That's fair. That's a lot of folks to go up against. I am really liking your Chonky Boy, though. I love the Chonky Boy's head shape and the way it contrasts with the bulkier body, like the more rounded body. I do really like the Chonky Boy's eyebrows, and also like the squares kind of indicating a more rocky body, I think is a really nice touch. Also the fact that the moon is very angular. I think that's a style I'd like to see more often. Also, so the city government of Porto, Portugal's second city, has been refusing to let the local Pride Parade march in the city center, and when called out over it, the guy that reps the city government responded with racism. Well, Rosa Parks sat behind the bus. She didn't want black people to be in the front of the bus, and basically said we're all... What the fuck? Yo, what is that dude even going on about? And also he needs to not? I'm not sure if it'll be a moon, I guess. It'll be whatever time of night seems most appropriate in the final draft. I mean, that's fair. I guess it doesn't have to be a moon, but... Eden or the Lost? Let's do the Lost. I mean, you could still... the sun could also be kind of angular. Is also a possibility. Not a bad look. But I am liking the picture. I can see how... I don't want Bozo. That's a garbage item for the Lost. It feels like the smaller character that's sitting in front of our Chunky Boy, and the animal that's off to the left of the picture is still something that you're kind of figuring out what they're gonna be. Soup! Yo! How you doing? The classic issue of Too Many Rights, because we all know there's only a finite amount in the world. Eye roll. Yar? I hate it, but it does seem to be an argument that goes around. We get that one here as well. We get that one from the shoot, I forget the term. Assimilationists? You know, the ones that it's like queer folks who think that the best goal is to be just like cis folks, but like with queerness, and it's like that's not how that works. That doesn't work. But yeah, that's a thing here, and not for it. I want to include as many in-game monsters as I see fit without splitting the focus too much. Oh, Alice up. Let me kill this giant poop, and then I will check out what I missed from you. I imagine proper line weight will help with that. Okay. Now, this is me like forgetting a detail that I know that you've told us before, but what game is this for? It's not Gundam. Oh, Tears Up, absolutely. This is also even more of a mess because at the same time the city government is refusing to allow the actual march to be in the city center. They're promoting in official things as a private party made by a tourism company for cis white gay tourists as the real Pride March. Fuck that! Oh, I hate it! Alice, I hate it! Don't, nope. I don't know. Why are they always gotta be throwing us under the bus? It's like such a thing. Like the cis white gay guys who are like all down with the TERFs, and it's like, why? They don't love you. That tourism company is also headed by the head speaker for the Israeli assembly in Portugal, so it's extra cursed. There's just like a lot. It feels like a lot. I don't know, it's like I kind of feel like Venom 2 is going to be the best part of your day after all the other crappy news. Let's just say the company is infamous among Portuguese queer people for being the worst. Yeah, you know, it does sound sounds like they are the blurst. I did catch that. I didn't say it because I kind of lost my train of thought, but I should at least like take a spin through the 100% Orange Juice wiki just so I have a better idea, because I know that you love it. I know that you are a fan of the game, and I just like I have only the barest understanding of what's going on with it. Ooh, gosh, that's not a good idea. We're not going to take Bomberman, because Bomberman will cause us to explode. In 2018, they tried hijacking the actual Pride March in Portugal, while the these hate that. While the march was going on, and people went, "Hey, fuck off! What the fuck do you think you're doing?" And made up some bullshit about being attacked by anarchists. Now, since this is a tourism company, I'm assuming that they are servicing a Ghost Pepper. Fuck, we win. We have won. This run is officially won. I assume that they're servicing a demographic that is, if not wealthy, then at least slightly well off. Oh shit. Fucking spiders? I need not spiders. Oh god, yes! The president literally has 5 big houses that cost 5,000 euro. Fucking hell. I do not need dog food. I should have taken this. I should have taken the speed up. Like, everything in that story is cursed, Alice. I am, as the kids say, not a fan. Alright, we need to get perfection, and if we get perfection, I mean, the option is either we get perfection or we die because of the character that we're using. But if we have perfection with Ghost Pepper, I don't know if we're strong enough by itself to do like special bosses, but we will definitely, this run will definitely fuck. Range down. That's a problem. Don't like that. Sorry about the yawn. Did not enjoy that, but good news is one of my favorite manga is getting an adaptation. This is very good news. Which manga's that? It's about an old woman who meets an old bi man and they just hang out. That sounds kind of cool. Wait, is that getting an adaptation here, or is it getting an adaptation in Portugal? Now the big question is, are they actually going to get some queer folks to play the characters in this this adaptation? I'm guessing that the answer is no, but because they generally don't. The vending machine isekai finally became an anime, and that was certainly a thing I watched today. How was it? Like, was it everything that you wanted and more? Oh, fucking Chad. Fuck this. I do not need this. It was about what I expected, so I think. I don't know why I find that so amusing, but I do. Now I don't like super well remember, but is it like a magic vending machine that has everything, or is it like it's not a panties vending machine, is it? It hasn't gone off the rails for now. This is good to know. I haven't seen like a fancy cool vending machine in a long time. It feels like. I do see like family planning vending machines fairly frequently, but I don't know if those are really what you would call fancy. The happy family planning vending machines they're just condom machines. Cricket's head is pretty cool, but I will take Dogtooth instead. I don't really go out of my way to see new sites. That's a whole fucking mood. Kronos? Wait, where's the boss? I got lost. Lol. I mean, I think by the time I got to Japan, I do think the age of the fancy vending machine was largely over, but you could still find some around. I don't know how I feel about Neon Abyss. It's like, for a game that's like so flashy and so kind of in love with its attitude, it's very there. Like, it's a game that exists, and I just don't like think it lives up to its presentation. Also, I don't know if like the self-deprecating humor and comparing itself to Hades really works. I'll admit a small part of me misses the gigantic loud vending machines where you can hear the can violently rumbling down a metal chute. I do miss like old school vending machines. Did we just fart out a giant trail of fire? The vent machines were like, they had like the two rings that would like, they would rotate so that your Snickers bar or your Reese's would come out, and they would always get stuck, and it would just hang there in
the Hierophant,
this kind of in-between state. Bonus points if the drink is not the one you pressed. Nice. Nice. But also not Sakashi. Gotta get you one of those the old like paper cup hot drink vending machines where they would put like the. Oh, I don't need you. You're also trash, honestly. They would put like 4 cards out of a hand of poker, like printed on the edge of the cup, and then your whole card was on the bottom of the cup. So you had to lift this cup full of hot fluid over your eye so that you could see if you had a winning hand. And I just like, I don't know who designed that. Like, who thought that was ever a good idea? And I do kind of wonder how many people just poured hot coffee onto themselves. Another blast from the past was during my failed tea trip. I walked past a drinking water dispenser, a bubbler. You walked past an actual bubbler? A water fountain, if you're not from Milwaukee. I zoned out a little and it was brought back by a cup of hot fluid. You know, I'm just glad that you're back. Are you, like... Are you feeling super tired? Because, like, if you need to get your beauty sleep, I 100% understand. Shit, I gotta take that. Unless they expect you to lay down and drink it, which, you know, more power to you. Wait, I missed the first part there. The difference for this one was it shot directly downwards for what I assume was refilling bottles. That's not a bubbler. That's not... I'm not here for that. That kind of action...
One makes you small.
Oh shit. Not only a secret hidden room, but also some toy? Got woken up early this morning because the pup needed to pee. Then my sister got up so I couldn't really go back to bed. And it didn't help that I went to bed late. Holly, I love you and I love having you here, but, like, honestly, I'd rather that you got some sleep. I've been hyper-fixating on Fallout the last few days. Oh shit. Okay, we gotta be careful. I know that you were talking about getting the Fallout New Vegas working. Did you ever get that to work? Are you in New Vegas action? Also, does it always happen around the same time of year? Like, is it just wet, hot Fallout summers? It's mostly working. I took a bit to get it stable. Oh shit! Wait, did I mean, I guess it saves us bombs, so sure. I hate all the work that's got to go into, like, getting a game to run well. It's usually when I get burnt out with other stuff. Neon Abyss is, the nicest way I can put it is it's sufficiently mediocre. That's, like, honestly a really good way to put it. I don't specifically, like, regret picking it up. I did get it on the cheap, but it's aggressively there. It would be like exactly a yellow square. I'm honestly kind of really cheesed off about how there are only 2 playable girl characters. I didn't really vibe with the late game progression, which is usually the meat of most roguelikes. Yeah, it's like, it's weird. I'm in this part now where, like, you've got to unlock these 2 bosses by finding their special symbols in, I don't know, the virtue room and the violence room or something. I got the virtue room one. But the violence room one is kind of bullshit. I found a YouTube channel that does Fallout franchise total conversion mod reviews. When I saw them on camera the first time, I was just like, that's a trans woman. I do remember you mentioning that, and I think it's hilarious. Hilarious in the good way. Balance route is complete pants. It seems like it. Like, just getting the violence door to open, where you just gotta damage yourself a billion times? Don't like that. And the whole, like, let's have 12 different currencies, and most of them suck. Also not a fan. Everything is Piru Haken. I'm definitely not a fan of the characters. Like, or at least, well, I don't like the playable characters. They all kind of suck, but like the manager dude, I just don't care. Like, this whole meta commentary about making video games, like, you could just miss me with that, honestly. I don't need it. We almost ran into that demon beggar, and then we would have died. Like, literally we would have died. With this character. And that would have sucked. I don't think we can make boss rush. That's a shame, because we got, like, a good... Yes it is. Like, you gotta know what you're doing with it. And so far at least, I don't really feel like they do. Oh, Biddle Smurfs. I know that's probably not the... We should have probably taken the knife, but... Yo, Cricket's head, though. Let me, like, breeze through this, Holly, and I will keep that. The channel introduced me to Fallout Dust. The very edgy, what if all the events of New Vegas went as bad as possible? Oh, there's more to that, hold on. Went as bad as they possibly could, and now Nevada's a hellhole, and you need to escape mod for Fallout New Vegas, and it's occupying my mind right now. I was kind of hoping that would be Fallout New Vegas Dust Elysium Tale, where all the NPCs are swapped out with furries. I think that would have been amazing. All the end Abyss really did was make me boot up Genshin again. I mean, that's a success in a way. I'm trying to drag the game, by the way. This is my honest evaluation of it. I don't think you're really dragging it. I mean, these are honest flaws with the game. I don't think you're saying anything more or in a more vehement fashion than it deserves. I don't hate the game. It's just, it's there. About the only thing that I can really say that I did like about it, or I have liked about it, is a little bit of the enemy design, even if I think that the bosses are a bit too try-hard. And the environmental design is... There are grace notes to the environmental design that I do like. Like, the usage of neon in it is kind of neat, like it does look kind of cool. The soundtrack is pretty decent as well. Like, I don't listen to enough straight up techno, and I probably could. I could stand to do that. I almost ate shit there. That would have sucked. But as an actual, like, gameplay loop, this is a thing that I could play. I mean, it might be fun every now and then to do as just a motherless children stream, but it's not going to be in my top 5 roguelikes. I do not want Isaac's heart. That is a terrible joke. Why would you fucking do that to me, game? Do I have a top 5 out of curiosity? Oh, Sirunda! It is lovely to see you. I hope that you're doing very well tonight. I hope that life is treating you very kindly, not giving you any bullshit. Top 5. I gotta think of like all the roguelikes that I know. I might have played enough roguelikes to actually have a top 5. Isaac would definitely be number 1. I think that just from a pure design and presentation standpoint, Isaac might be one of the best games I've ever played. I can't think of anything besides LBP that's, like, held my attention for as long as it has, and LBP only managed that because of the user-generated content. Like, as much as I appreciate, like, what LBP is, if it hadn't been for the community levels, like, I wouldn't have stuck with it. What else would be up there? I gotta think about this. Like, let me think about what games I've actually played that fall into a roguelike or light category. We've got Isaac Gungeon, Dead Cells, Hades, Rogue Legacy, Neon Abyss. What the fuck was it called? It was Death something. All I remember about it was like the text was really, really tiny. Death State. Dead State? Dead State. What else have I played in the roguelike genre? Out of those 5, like, I didn't really enjoy Rogue Legacy. I hated Dead State. I thought Dead State was just garbage. I'm not enjoying Neon Abyss, so I guess that leaves the other Nuclear Throne. Risk of Rain! No, I didn't. I don't know why, but I didn't. In all fairness, Dreams is also mostly UGC, so LBP is doing more than we realize. That's fair. I mean, I don't think, like, I would have stuck with any UGC game. Like, I wouldn't have gotten into Roblox. I got zero interest in that. But I'm just thinking, like, if LBP was just the story mode, I would have played LBP and I would have been like, this is great, I love the presentation, I had a lot of fun with the gameplay, but, like, I can't really see myself, like, going back to and going back to and going back to LBP story mode. I could see myself coming back to it, like, once every couple of years because it's fun, but not like the time investment I put into it. Holly says, starting to wonder if the ideas that keep taking up residence in my head are a sign of something. Dust is taking up space in the same way that Jim Gasly does. I mean, maybe that's a sign that you need to combine Gem Gasly with Dust. I can't see myself going back to play Saba even once. Like, Saba is also aggressively meh. I don't regret my time spent playing it, but I do not need to play it ever again. So in some ways, not like Saba. That was the shittiest laugh I could have possibly done in that situation, and I hate it. I hate it so much. I realize I haven't really said anything all stream. I'm not ignoring or lurking, I'm just reading my manuals right now. Oh! Soup, like, you ain't got to apologize for that. Like, not a bit. That super happens, and if this is something that can be, like, in the background while you do that, that also kind of makes me happy. Like, I would have thought my voice would be too distracting for that, so, like, no, you're all good. While we do briefly have your attention, though, there was something I was thinking of that I was gonna ask you, and one thing that I've been kind of noodling as to how I want to handle, or even if I want to handle with the archive stuff, is like how to do music galleries. Because, like, the JMC collection stuff, the Japan Music Collabo, they put together some really, really amazing galleries. Like, the music is great, but also there's these intro animated, like, cutscenes that play before them that are just a whole kind of thing. And part of me, like, wants to actually, you know, feature them. But part of me is just like, what do I do? Like, do I play every song for its entirety? Because there's a lot of music in those, and I don't know if that's the best way of going about it. You don't have to answer that question right now, but it is something that I would like to know your thoughts on. Yera? Well, I definitely fuck with Yera, so we're taking that. I love how you mentioned, like, Unity and, like, 12 people pop up. It's like a signal. It's like a bad signal. I almost feel like I gotta learn Unity now, so like I can be on hand for those discussions. Which, by the way, please continue the discussions if you got a Unity discussion. Don't stop on my account. But it does amuse me. I don't need to use Book a Jump. Book a Jump? Risco, what the hell are you talking about? That's not what that's called. How to jump? Book a jump? I don't know, it's fucking something. If it was just for the CLFL, I'd let each part play through completely, but it's your archive, so... hold on, I actually have to read this in like normal sentence structure. It's your archive, so I'm by no means saying you must do it this way. Oh no, I mean that's not... I wouldn't have assumed that. I really honestly would just kind of wanted to know, like, how you would handle it, thinking of the different kind of options for it. I feel like the fairest and best way to do it would be to do it like that. But the only thing I worry about is just like how long the video is. How long the video would be. Cuz some of those are they're pretty chonk. I know the particular level that I'm thinking of is, I want to say maybe 12 songs, and I think at least half of those songs have remixes. The JMC, they were not fucking around. They were, as the kids say, on point. As for Uni, currently just trying to figure out if I want to go build in pipeline or learn ERP. It's looking like ERP is best, but I just straight up don't trust most stuff Unity's put out post version 2020. I kind of love / hate that there's just like legitimately a thing called ERP. Also, I hate / hate that Daddy Longlegs gets an extra attack if you kill it when it's in the middle of its leg stomp. That's not fair. I just did like a giant gasp, and I don't know why. It is a good level, Kronos. I think it deserves the love that you give it. I do want to ask you, don't feel like you've got to like answer this right now, because I'm not. I've got like a little bit of space before I have to start doing videos again, or start recording videos again because I got backlog. But I do want to ask, like, I know that there are some secrets in Neon Dimension 2 and 3, and I would like to show those off. So I may need to ask you like how to get them before I do the recording. One doesn't really have much secret save for maybe one inexplicably hidden score bubble. I think like I got everything in one. And I've already got the video for that one. Like, we did that ages ago. Which feels like a really snarky way to put that, and I don't mean it in a snarky way. I just mean like one is sorted. But like, I know that 2 and 3 have got secrets. And it just feels like it would be easier to know like where they are before I do it. Even if it's cheating. Now, you watch. Next floor, they're gonna have Curse of the I Can't See the Items, and I'm gonna hate everything about that. I feel like if I came back, I'd probably want to do a Neon Dimension 4. I'd love to see it. I really enjoyed the Neon Dimension series. I think they were extremely well done. Rush is still, like, up there in one of my favorite LBP3 levels. Would you do... If you were gonna do Neon Dimension 4, would you do Neon Dimension Swoop? Is that would you fuck with that? It's soothing? Oh my gosh. Thank you. Like I really honestly do appreciate that, because I am not I am not an unbiased judge of my own voice. So that does mean a lot to hear. I think it's doable, but I have to sharply change my approach. I'm not suggesting that you do it. Like, I don't think it's what the world needs. It would amuse me, because I know that you've bagged on Swoop, like, fairly frequently. So, okay, we need Aquadama. Holly, I'm glad that I caught you, because I would have let you slip by. Please sleep well tonight. Dream of all of your hyperfixations that make you happy, which I guess is Fallout, but not Gem Ghastly. But maybe Gem Ghastly, I'm not sure. But it's always lovely to have you here, and hopefully we will see you in tomorrow, and you'll have a wonderful day. The thing about Rush is Ozok's playstyle isn't wildly different from Sackboy anyways. Yeah. Like, Ozok is just, I don't know, it's just like a smoother Sackboy. Gotta think about this, like, do we wanna do this level twice? Just to really abuse it? My beef with Swoop is that the kit is too versatile, so it's extremely difficult to implement limitations. That's interesting. I mean, I don't think that you're wrong, but I feel like that's an interesting complaint? Yeah, I guess that complaint is the right word for that. Oh, Hive! You sleep well as well? I would hope that you don't dream of Gem Ghastly, because I don't think that she is your hyperfixation. But I do hope that you have pleasant dreams. We don't need the poop. We definitely don't need Mom's pad. Like, that would be a mistake. Hero Cape is literally a better Swoop. Now, when you say that, it is almost 3 hours, and I am getting to the end of this level, so we're still pretty good there. But thank you for the heads up. I do appreciate that. Oh, who is clever? Who is clever? I is clever. Gliding on the cape feels way better too. There's weight in the gliding arcs that Swoop's gliding severely lacks. That's actually a really interesting point. And I do not think you're wrong. Oh shit. Oh, Visco, why did you take Cricket's, why did you take Parasite? Like, if there's any item that's likely to crash our game, it is this one. I may have made a mistake. I may have been mistook. Although, if the game does crash, it would be perfect timing, because we are close to the 3 hour point. Take Big Fan, I think. Nothing else helps us. Oh my god, the slowdown is real. I think Swoop's flying would have been way better if it were a floaty hop like Kirby. That would have been kind of interesting. Swoop's flying would have been way better if, like, any other company had been handling it. I kind of feel like that's the case. I shouldn't be like that, but I totally will be. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna kill Blue Baby. Oh, this is a mistake. I love it. We're gonna kill Blue Baby, and then we're gonna go get the Forgive Me Now, and then we're gonna kill Blue Baby a second time. I get this Swoop is a literal bird, but the flying sequence has too much. Flying has too much sequence break capability. I'm sure that like more well-known content creators than me have probably dug their talons into sumo. I do think that it's sometimes I give sumo too much shit, but I also think that they have kind of earned it. There's a reason that Swoop's part in the final boss fight is just flying down that tunnel. I mean, yeah. I mean, doesn't Swoop have to pick some shit up sometimes in like the first part of that boss fight? Oh my god, we just lost like 31 points of damage. I hate it. Why are there so many pooplings? Well, we got an item called Dirty Mind, and Dirty Mind makes it whenever you crush a poop, it will spawn 3 pooplings for you, and different types of poop will spawn different types of pooplings. It's all very cute. Oh shit, we got new. I do love new. Are you playing Rebirth? I have my Nintendo Switch. We are playing. Well, we are playing Rebirth, but we're playing the full DLC set, the Repentance set. I did try going back and like playing through just base Rebirth because the J-side version never got updates. I mean, it got updates to Rebirth, but it never got the DLC. So it's almost in a pristine state. Oh god, those bombs almost killed us. But there are too many like quality of life issues. That I just kind of gave up on it. Supta says, it does seem I'm somewhat an outlier because the only thing sumo related that I'm angry about is that they haven't done another Outrun game. Just as a quick heads up, we will use angry instead of the other one. I don't know. I feel ways about sumo because like I do appreciate that they have at least kept the fires burning for LBP longer than MM actually held the franchise. So like I do thank them for that. And I do appreciate that they were under particular constraints from Sony in making LBP, and that did shape some of the decision-making process in like how that game got done. And so I don't pin everything on... I don't pin all of my issues with LBP3 on Sumo. That being said, like, there are significant, like, game-breaking bugs that they have allowed to sit since the game came out in 2013. Like, the story mode progress bug, where it will just decide that it's not going to save your progress anymore in story mode, and you basically have to beat the entire thing in one sitting unless you want to get rid of your profile. That's a joke. I know that the infrastructure that they inherited is rickety and held together by duct tape and hope, but the state of multiplayer is just trashy as hell. Create mode is better than it was from what I gather on launch, but like dethermo is, I feel like dethermo could have been implemented a lot better, and at least to make it more stable. And I definitely feel like they needed better explanations in the tutorials. Like, the way that dethermo interacts with your level, and like with a lot of like the logic stuff and bolts and things like that, it's like, yeah, sure, you can play around with that stuff and figure out how it works and, you know, get it so that you grasp it, because it's limited. But dethermo like really fucks with how your level works, and if you don't get how those pieces fit together, like, it's just not going to do what you need it to do, and it's just going to make a mess. And I know that from experience. I needed Melengard to kind of walk me through how dethermo works. Oh yeah, it is. Sorry, I just caught your question, Soup, because this is a well-honed rant for me. But it's one that we all mess up from time to time. Definitely not getting out the broom, because I've made that mistake and everybody has. But yeah, like I do have my issues with Sumo's handling of LBP. Also, I have to say, like, because this really gets on my tits. Sumo's, I said pseudo, like somebody else. Sumo's relationship with the community, I do think, is a hot steaming pile of shit. I think that they are well too snarky and just have not earned that relationship with the community. They do not communicate nearly clearly enough, well enough, or frequently enough for them to also turn around and be like, oh, you guys want LBP4? Well, we're working on. Oh no, we're not. Like, and kind of like just tease folks with it. I think it's kind of a shitty look. Yeah, like it's a mood, Soup, and I appreciate. I do honestly appreciate that you try, and that's all that we ask, is that everybody just tries. Because there's so many of these things that are just kind of in our daily phrasing, and it's kind of hard to get at them. You know, something I've been, and I do need to wrap this up like really soon, because we're at 3 hours. Chronos is, honestly, I genuinely believe that LBP3 was a good try. It was a good starting point. They just chose not to continue. I think those are both good points. Like, it was a good try. Like, I don't feel like it was a hack job. Like, I think they actually honestly did try. But like you said, they didn't continue. One of these streams, and maybe like as a bonus stream one of these times if I've got like extra energy, but I kind of almost feel like we should do a semi-podcast stream and kind of like talk about the ableism policy, because I feel like we haven't talked about that since we started implementing it, and like kind of the philosophy behind it and what I want out of that policy. I think it might be nice to kind of sit down and just kind of chat about that, so that folks see where I'm coming from, and also like if I'm off base, like that would be a good chance for people to be like, yeah, but have you considered this as well? No promises about when that might happen, but and as well, Hive, absolutely. Um, we should go into it because it's been a long time. It's probably been like 2 or 3 years since we've had like a real sit down. This is what Risco's been thinking about, and this is why we do what we do. Um, no, I mean, yes-ish, but again, I'm not gonna pull the broom out on you for it. We all run into this, but it is the 3-hour point, and my throat is getting really scratchy, so I'm having even more trouble emoting than I normally do, and I definitely got to wrap things up. I had a wonderful time tonight. I don't know where we're gonna go with Umihara Kawase. If that's gonna be something that we continue with for the duration of it, because it is really frustrating, and it might be something where we just do like half streams of that, and then the other half of the stream something like Isaac, just to kind of not have it build up. But that's something to think about. As for the schedule, tomorrow is definitely going to be LBP, and I'm going to chat backstage with Kronos and Hive to see what next week is going to look like, if we start a new long-form game or if we stick with Umihara. But everyone, I lost my train of thought. Everyone, I've had a wonderful time tonight. My mood coming into the stream was absolute garbage, and my mood coming out of the stream is so much better. I am in just really great mood. I'm really raring to go, which is funny because we're gonna go to sleep soon. But thank you so much for that, because it helped a lot. I will ask you, as I always ask you to do, to please be taking care of yourselves in meat space. Get the food that you need, even if it's just one meal a day. Drink the water that you need, more than one glass of water, please. Medications on schedule to the degree that you can. But remember, please, that you are loved. Please remember that folks are rooting for you. They want you to have your best life. I am folks, but I am just one folks. There's others out there. And that pretty much does it for us here at this Go About. So, from me, Disco, here in Tokyo, to all of you out there, wherever you may happen to be, thank you, arigato, sayonara, see you, and ciao.